When you 100% absolutely have to get to that flare across the river and you don't have time to muck around. That's right, fam. Leaping rivers, climbing mountains, nothing will stand between us. Well, hello there, humans of these earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to talk about overcoming some of the issues that you're going to face as you quest onwards and upwards for that big chicken dinner. And the main thing I want to talk about is how there is no perfection, really. There is no guaranteed results. I play pretty well in both the games that I'm going to show you, and I was dropping Vikendi specifically. And I work all the time on different parts of my gameplay. Specifically this season, I've been working on my mobility, on the way I move around the battlefield. And it's been really good, and it's been positive, and I'm certainly playing better. The thing is, that doesn't guarantee a win. Even when you figure things out and you actually play pretty well, you're going to make mistakes. And oftentimes they're tiny things that you don't really even think about. And yet, they're the things that will win you games. I mean, we start this game, we're pretty solid, we get a squad wipe, and we're onwards and upwards, and we're out in the great wild blue yonder with plenty of gear and a very positive can-do attitude. Killed a couple of bots, we won't bother showing you them. And I come across a squad that's engaged in a little bit of a tete-a-tete. Now, there's a compound just up to the north there, you can see that, and I'm going to start getting involved in that compound, and that's exactly where I want to go. The circle is pretty friendly to me at the moment. I don't have to worry about it. We're still early game, and I've rolled up from Villa, headed up north, and getting some action in. We're clearing, we're paring down the possibles. And I'm really happy with this passage of play because it's a wide open area. I'm going cover to cover, which is very important. I'm using the Mark 14 as a single shot DMR, and it excels at that. Obviously, it's an amazing weapon, has a 60 base damage into a chest area on a target, and will just headshot like a boss. So things are looking pretty solid. And you can also obviously do the full spray thing, which is very impressive with the Mark 14. But the part of the game that I'm pretty happy with is here, where we're approaching the compound. There is a squad up there that's been engaging these guys, and I've sandwiched them, wiped the guys at the back, and obviously they see me coming. And they're already looking out this way, and that's fair enough. So what I'm going to do is play solid. I'm going to heal up. And I'm actually going to do something here that I think a lot of us sometimes forget to do. And that is look at the big picture and say, hey, I want to win this thing. I've got 9 kills. There's 25 left. There's plenty of time on the board. Plenty of chicken left on the bone. What I'm going to do is lay down this smoke. I'm going to reverse away from the tree and use the smoke at long range as kind of a semi-permanent wall there that I can peek around slowly. And it's very, very hard to see someone who's doing this. And then I'm going to clear that bloke, get a knock, and use the knock as my opportunity to get out of dodge. The thing with PUBG Mobile that I find very, very interesting is it's one of the longer games I've ever played in terms of requirement for concentration. Whenever you're out in the world and you're moving about, there is a degree of uncertainty. You can never be sure. I mean, you can play it well like that. You can set everything up really well, and you can still have some clown just pop out from behind a tree and you're done. One of the ways you get around that is you learn to do things that minimize risk. And that's exactly what I'm all about. I like doing things that minimize risk. I keep going to circles as early as I possibly can. If I'm not in the circle, then I'm gatekeeping the edge of a circle, and just making sure that, you know, we're going to at least get one of these guys. You can see his mates up there. He's still grooving, and there's one down. Great. So we've cleared one. There's 2 of them left. Good job. We're out of there. Jump in the car, and we roll to the circle. And these guys, a couple of them go to the play zone. It's a little bit rough, and we move onward. Everything so far has been very straightforward. I'm taking the car up. I'm going to use this doorway here to climb onto the roof. I'm going to just check first before I do that, make sure no one is running into the circle just below me so that I don't make a really big fat target. I mean, there's still a chance someone is watching up here, but I've done my due diligence, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to be okay. And then I'm going to look down there and find where people are, if any. And you can see it's very hard with this grey on grey. I find the weather patterns these days to be quite difficult. I'd prefer it if it was just all sunshine. I'm honest. Like, I can imagine a little bit of rain on Sanhok or something along those lines, but man, I just prefer the sunshine. And we're going to see a target down there right at the gate. One headshot and a body tap, and it's done. 11 kills, 7 left. Feeling pretty good. Solo versus squad, so there's going to be a couple rolling up. And I've heard noise. I'm investigating. I don't want to get trapped up against that wall. I'm just going to pull back, and I'm going to let him come in, which is a smart move again. This is playing the percentages. And as I do that, I find someone else, but I come around the corner in the right way, leaning like a little pro leaner, and then I'm listening. I can hear someone down there. Soul Devil. I don't really think that's the guy from Soul. I'll be honest with you. And we move on. There's another bloke. Weapon switch. Happy days. Everything's looking good. Feeling confident. Feeling good. And that is the kind of thing that gets me in trouble. I'm outside the circle here. I leave my vehicle behind. There's a vehicle behind me. You can see it. There's a car on the minimap. I'm in the middle of a big bloody circle, and there's 2 guys there. I get hit by the other guy. Still got a slither of a level 3 helmet left. But this is the great thing about PUBG Mobile. It is hard to get a win sometimes. If the other guys aren't Muppets, you can move yourself into positions like this, but there's just no guarantees. You've worked the circle well the entire time. You've been really diligent with the way you played the game, and you make one mistake, which was not driving to the next zone, in my opinion. If I had driven to the next zone, I would have got there fast, and at least I would have been able to leverage that. No. And I should have put a big heal in there as well. The zone was coming. I had to go. There was no time left to get a heal in. Like, whatever happened, the blue line was about to eat me. 2,400 damage, 14 kills. Good game. Feels like a good game. Very next game. Very next game. We drop the same place. Everyone's got limited amounts of ammunition. I'm pretty sure that guy's got nothing. That guy's got a pistol. Yep, there he is. Get those boys. Just survived that one. No vest, so that's always a rough one when you don't have a vest. Ta-ta. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. And we move out. And we run into a squad. And again, I'm going to do the right thing here. And you're going to see, I feel like I play this pretty well. Push into the middle of the villa area here. There's a squad just down the southeast of me. I heard them having a gunfight. So I think they're down here looting. There's those 2 guys. There's a G36C doing ridiculous things. Just wait for this guy to push in. And then we're going to molly the door just there next to him. And he's got no choice. He can't go into that molly. He tries to when he gets hit hard enough, and he just, burns out. No worries. Finish him off. There's still 1 bloke left. We've got 2 knocks further down. And we're going to go and clear this last squad. And that's... I feel like that was pretty solid. I didn't put myself in any undue danger there. I did it as efficiently as possible. I minimized the risk, and I end up walking away with a squad wipe and 12 kills, and there's still 50 people left nearly. We go all the way up to Goroka before we find someone else, and we run into this mob of jokers. They're very funny, these guys. I'm using an M24 with a suppressor, so they've got no idea where this is coming from. This is... They've killed a bot up there, right? And then they've rolled in to loot him. And as they've rolled in to loot him, I'm like, okay. I'm just going to keep dropping shots at you guys here. Eventually, one of them's got to hit hard enough for you to fall over. They're all crawling around on the ground just below the gun line. As soon as one stands up, we're on. Chanbul Ek PUBG. He will feature again. So all he's made at the back there. Bayog 1000. Bayog 1000. So Chanbul and Bayog are down. And I just keep scoping up here. And basically, I'm just farming damage. These guys getting healed up, and I'm spotting them. I've got an 8x scope. I don't think they've got anything like that kind of weaponry. And they keep poking. I don't know why they keep poking. Yeah. There you go again. I'm just knocking the same 2 dudes again and again and again. And they won't stay down. It's kind of nuts. I changed windows just to change sides at 100. There he is. He's moved houses as well. He's got no helmet left whatsoever, poor old Shanbul. And we're still looking for his amigo Baog 1000. Looking around, looking for the Baog. Shanbul decides to start waving around with the pan. He's had enough. There's Baog in the background. I hit Shanbul again, and Shanbul decides that's it. He's going in. He's done. He doesn't show again. So I run out to the zone because, again, I'm not going to sit here farming these dudes when the zone moves. Get on top of a house and happy days. Guess who we see crossing the Great Divide over here to my right? It's Shanbul, our mate Shanbul. We're gonna thirst him up again with a bit of M24 work. He's probably very happy to see the back of me in this game. This is the thing though. I play this solid all the way through. I'm still going to lose this game because I make a mistake towards the end. And one of the great things about the way we play is that it's when you win a chicken dinner, you generally have played well. If you win it with a decent amount of damage and a lot of stuff going on, you've generally played well enough to deserve it. But sometimes you could be not so much the best player. Sorry, that's Baog 1000. Shanbul's probably still out there somewhere. You can be, if not the best player, then the best performing player in the game, and you still don't win the chicken dinner. There you go. Shanbul just went down to the play zone. And I think this is my mistake. I'm in the center of the circle. It doesn't get any better than this. Again, I've got a vehicle. I've parked it up just outside, and I see a squad over here, and I could have not fired at these guys. I could have absolutely not fired at these guys. And you know what? I wouldn't have done as much damage in the end of the game. But because I fire at these guys, I take all the pressure off the guys who are actually in the circle behind me. They are free to own the middle of that circle. So when I eventually wipe the last two guys from this squad, guess what? I get the entire bunch of humans who are to my right down there, and I get to have them all to myself. All to myself. I can hear them across the road. And that's just being very, very short-sighted in a tactical sense. Sometimes it's a lot better to not take the engagement. And I also have to give a bit of kudos here to the map makers. I love things like that where you can't quite get the molly across because of the low overhang. That's definitely a design point in their favour. It's something they're intending to do. The map designers don't get enough credit. They really do just fantastic work. And so again, second game in a row. I'm going to play solo squads for Kendi, do very, very well, get heaps of kills, heaps of damage, and I'm still going to come out second best. Because I made a mistake. And that tactical short-sightedness that can strike even at just a moment is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. 6 left alive. 2 of them are in front of me here. Just makes me so sad when I look at this. I really blew this. I could have left there, man. They were desperate just to get in the zone. The zone is coming. I'm outside. The circle has moved away from us. That last hit he got into me really hurt. It meant I had to hit a heal here. And by the time the heal's hit, the zone's here, which means that I'm at 75% going into the car. Then I have to rush in. I don't have a vest. He took the end of my vest. I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been there. There we go. Into the rock in the middle. Get down. Pull away from the car. No time for a heal. Got to let the car blow first, and we're going to get back to the rock. And there's just 3 of them, all moving up at once. They don't give me any space to breathe. I got no vest. End of the game. It's a frustrating game, but the reason we love it is because it's hard. If it was easy, you wouldn't bother playing it. You could just go jump on Tetris. I wanted to make sure it wasn't Shanbul. 3,200 damage, 18 kills, 100 rating game, and we still lost and came second. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'm Bushka. Look after yourselves, and as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.